ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Mama Jalnos with your ZNS Total Sports. In bowling news, with a fantastic block of a game, including the high game for the tournament, Driscoll Roll nearly made history for the Bahamas, coming within 56 pins and 3 spots of advancing to the second stage of the women's competition at the 55th Quebec AMF Bowling World Cup in Palembang, Indonesia in November. Roll, however, would bowl a near-perfect game, tallying 288 in her 22nd game of the tournament. She finished 27th overall out of 60 bowlers with a 4,432 total pin fall. However, no lady in the tournament came close to matching her 288 high game, which would be the highest of the tournament. We recently caught up with Driscoll on the monumental accomplishment.
We spent about a week or so in Palembang, Indonesia. The high game came in my last shift, my 4th game. I believe I had a 9 spare in the first frame, and then rattle off strikes through till coming to the 10th frame. Then I roll a double in the 8th. Man, when I came to the 10th frame, obviously the nerves started kicking in. I wasn't thinking about it before, but definitely the nerves started kicking in. The lanes started to clear. Everybody on the side of me started to finish and move. Persons were behind me. Persons on top of the balcony, cameras were behind me, so definitely it was a little nerve-wracking. But the 288 was an awesome experience, and it was enjoyable. For the females, I rolled the highest score, so nobody rolled a 300, and I believe the closest score for a female was a 269.
The Amateur Boxing Federation of the Bahamas 3-member team from the Caribbean Boxing Championships returned home with 1 silver and 2 bronze medals from the regional championships that wrapped up over the weekend at the Nashling Cycling Velodrome in Cuba, Trinidad and Tobago. The championships got underway last Thursday and ran through Sunday. Winning the silver medal was Vashan Johnson in the youth novice lightweight division. Keith Major Jr. and Austin Minnis won bronze medals, Major in the novice middleweight division and Minnis in the novice welterweight division. Also making up the Bahamas' contingent were the ABFB President Vincent Strawn, Acting General Manager and Team Manager Maydon Ramming, Head Coach Keishno Major, and Gregory McPhee, who traveled as a referee and a judge. This was both Johnson's and Major's second international competition, while Minnis made his international debut. Well, the Kings pulled off a big win this Wednesday at home against the Thunder, a game in which Buddy Hield scored 8 of his 23 down the stretch. Buddy buckets on the pressure of him being the team's primary option and leader so far this season.
I showed the resiliency of our team, competitive nature we have. Yeah, we had a tough one in San Antonio. We could have folded, and we didn't. I was pissed off. I tricked the game off, despite wherever the team said. I feel like it was on me. So just coming back in and locking in shows our resiliency that's coming back on us, staying focused and our mental toughness and just being together as one and fighting one in Dallas and then finally hitting the game winning in Houston and coming here and nail biter here. Game that we feel like we should win, but they play so tough and they play so well and they're disciplined, guy like CP. So, a lot of mental toughness and mental focus, and we was able to figure it out. I'm a baller, man. That's what I do every day. I like when they call my number. You can tell me sometimes when they call my number, I get pissed at them for not calling my number because I feel like I deserve that, but I still got to be a team guy regardless of what the situation is. And Luke know I'm all about winning, so whatever call he makes, I'm down with it, but I like when he called my number, and I like when the game's online, so I like to, because I work so hard, and I feel that I'm a guy that can help close the game and help get a win.
In college football news, Bahamian Chris Ferguson and the number 21 ranked Cincinnati Bearcats are headed to a bowl game for the 3rd time during his tenure with the program, which will also mark the final game of his collegiate career. The Bearcats accepted a bid to the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl, where they will face the Boston College Eagles on January 2nd at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. Kickoff is slated for 3 p.m. and will be televised on ESPN. Cincinnati finished the season at 10-3 and clinched the American Athletic Conference East Division title. They head into the postseason off a pair of losses to the Memphis Tigers, once in the regular season finale and the following week in the AAC title game. The Bearcats clinched a winning season with double-digit wins for the 2nd consecutive year. In baseball news, for younger players, support is as important as anything in terms of their development as an athlete. And over at the Junior Baseball League of Nassau, that is something that is certainly not lacking.
Because of the age level that we play at here, we have a lot of parents who come out. And one of the difficulties is when we play in a night game, for parents to get here, because they get off at work, and then if you notice when you're coming up in the afternoon, there's a lot of traffic on Prince Charles Drive. But they make it here, and the atmosphere is good. Parents come, parents participation, and we have a lot of parents who are helping out with the coaching. And we come up here on a practice day, you have a lot of parents out there. If the coaches don't reach here in time, they out there doing the job. And that's what it's about, development, letting the kids develop, and they develop, and they form even a stronger bond with their kids. Because when their kids go home now and they're watching Major League Baseball, you can hear it different because they know about the terminology, and they know if somebody make a boo-boo, they could say, well, Mommy, he should have done such and such thing, or Daddy, he should have done. And that's what makes it fun.
And that's been a look at sports. A quick check on weather is up next.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.